Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I do have a face mask on, so it might muffle my voice a little bit, and I do apologize about that. I could take it off. As you can tell, it doesn't really fit, but that's perfectly okay. I don't like it over my nose because I feel like I'm suffocating, and it fogs up my glasses. So yeah, she may be asking why I have a bag of water with me. I am going to the fish store today. I'll take it off so you guys can hear me a little better. I'm going to the fish store now to check my water because the past, I would say, 3 weeks now, I've been dealing with ammonia in my tank. This will be the third trip I go to the pet store called the fish store and test it. The first trip, it was over 10 times higher than what it should have been. It was at 8.0, and we thought we were doing everything right. We were doing water changes once a week, sometimes a little more than once a week because of the poop and stuff we had to take out, the food we had to take out. So we figured that we were doing everything right. We were feeding them and everything, and we had a bacterial broom maybe 2 weeks before we found out how high the ammonia was, and something told me that I needed to go get some water from the tank and bring it to Imperial Aquatics. So I did. They did the water test, and every second I was looking at the water, it just got greener and darker until it couldn't get darker anymore. And he tested it, and it was at 8.0, which is practically almost to the point where my fish should have died out, but they didn't. I bought bacterial for it that was supposed to help it, and we ended up did a feed one day, skip one day, and then last week I brought more water to the fish store, and it was still high, but it did go down, but it was still in the green area. It's kind of like the leaf green, but like one to two shades darker than that. So it did go down, but it wasn't good enough. I'm about to stop talking in a couple of seconds because I am passing some trucks that do some food, so if I don't talk right now, you guys know why. I'm gonna walk a little bit faster so I can get past this part, so I can keep explaining what has happened. Alrighty, and we are past. And so I did that, and he told me to keep doing what I was doing. The feed one day, no feed the next day. And he bumped up the water changes to 1/4 of a water change every 2 days. So we have been doing that for a week now, and it's time to go back and test more water, and I'm hoping that it has worked and it has gone down even more. And if it has, we'll just keep doing what we've been doing. Feed one day, no feed the second day, and 1/4 water change every 2 days unless he tells us otherwise. We have been putting the bacterial liquid in every day like he told us to, and that does seem like it's been helping. How many fish have we lost since this has started? We've lost 3 fish so far out of the 24. So whatever we're doing what we are supposed to be doing, and it seems like it's working. The fish are still alive, other than those 3 that sadly passed away. But we think they only passed away because they've been living in the water with the ammonia for so long that they got used to it, and now that we're all of a sudden changing it on them and bringing it down, we think that's what is affecting them. And yeah, one of them we found completely dead. He was floating upside down, not moving at all. The other 2 we found, they were still alive, but they were passing. They didn't have any strength. Give me 1 second. There's someone in this car, and I don't want them thinking I'm a crazy lady talking to myself. But the other 2, they didn't have the strength. They were basically very, very weak. 1 second. Another person is coming.
Cristo viene pronto. Jesus is coming soon. Love you. No.
Amen. And so sorry about that. But so we found the other 2 basically on the verge of death. They were still swimming, they were still breathing, but very, very little. They didn't have the strength. My husband picked them up in his hand, and they didn't have any strength to swim away. One of them was one of my angelfish, my black one, and the other 2 were the biggest mollies that I bought. But we were prepared for the situation. The store guy, his name is Tommy, he did tell us that this was going to happen. When I brought the water in for the first time, he did say the fish may start dying off, the weak ones. So that happened, and we were prepared for it. It still hurt to lose them, but we did prepare for it, and it's just part of life. And 2 of my betas, then I bought 3 new betas, and 2 of them sadly passed as well. One of them was my koi female that I bought for the 40-gallon tank. So we put her in there. I'm actually almost close to the pet store, so I'm just gonna wrap this up really quickly with the betas. So I put her in there. She was okay, she stuck to herself, but the more I was watching her to make sure she was adapting okay, the more I saw that the other fish were picking on her, and I didn't want to lose her, so I took her out, put her in her own tank, and turns out she got so stressed out because of her eggs, she couldn't lay them, so she got stressed out with that, and she eventually passed, and I found her laying on her side with bacterial or something on her that was white. So I sadly had to flush her down the toilet. And then my other new one was a male. He was your common beta, a regular veil tail. And he was doing great. I don't know what killed him, but he was doing awesome. He was swimming around. He was full of energy. He was eating, swimming, sleeping, doing what a normal beta does. But out of nowhere, he just stopped eating. He started just sitting at the bottom of the tank. That lasted for 3 days. I figured he was under stress, but I'm not sure. And then one night when I went to go check on him, he died. So that happened. And now my other new one is doing the same thing as my old one, my half moon dragon scale male. He is now starting to stop eating, and he's also sitting at the bottom of the tank. So he's still alive. He still has energy to swim away from you, but I have my husband watching him very, very closely to see if he's going to be okay. He might be just stubborn. He might be sick. I don't know. I'm not putting him in a double tank until we find out. Until he either gets better on his own. I'm actually not going to feed him tomorrow to see if that helps. That might help. So that's why it's happening. And I will see you guys later. Bye.